2 games, 8 goals and a new signing on brilliant
I know.
form.
Who can stop Mourinho's revitalised Man United side? Romelu Lukaku is scoring goals. He's got off to a running start.
No, I wasn't talking about United. I was talking about these guys.
We're in Watford. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So about the confusion there. Welcome to Studs Up, coming to you this week from the hallowed turf of Vicarage Road.
Yes, the Hornets' start may not have been as good as United's, but an impressive opening day draw and then that great away win has definitely started to create a bit of a buzz. Around Hertfordshire.
Yeah, we got it. We got it. Buzz. Bees. That's a good joke. Well done. You're too proud of that. You're too proud of that. Enough of the bee jokes. What a fantastic weekend it has been for football. Huddersfield Town, league newcomer, sits second in the table. Jurgen Klopp continues to hold on to Philip Coutinho, even turning down £119 million for the Brazilian. That's 24 Ricky Lamberts. Wayne Rooney has rediscovered his hunger for goals whilst maintaining a superb relationship with Manchester City fans and drawing a line under a distinguished England career, whilst current England frontman and 2-time league top scorer Harry Kane has still never scored in the month of August. He'll have one final chance to break his duck this weekend against Burnley.
Are you okay after that?
Yeah, it was just it was a bit of an awful, wasn't
it? Just take a bit of a breather after that Premier League hit and let's see what's coming up on the rest of the show.
Oh,
are you all right?
Stretch too hard.
Okay, he's fine.
Barcelona, let the boy go, please. Okay? The boy don't want you no more, man.
Rachel just explodes in excitement over here. Stick around for the 6-pointer. It is going to be a good one. Now, around this time, we'd usually show you all sorts of crazy goals from across the channel, but it's been such an eventful week here in the UK off the pitch, we just couldn't resist putting together a few of our favourite moments. You've got to love that Antonio Conte reaction, which begs the question, is he the most entertaining manager in the Premier League?
I'm going to say no, and I'm going to put in the mix a new Premier League manager, David Wagner. Shaking things up, come up for the Championship, really shaking up the Premier League.
Lovely glasses.
In second, lovely glasses.
Lovely glasses.
And the energy he's just bringing is second, and I love it.
I know, but yeah, if you're putting Wagner in, you have to put Klopp in there because they're essentially the same person. Has anyone ever actually seen Wagner and Klopp in the same place at the same time? No, they haven't.
No.
And we need to concentrate on Conte. This is a man who's flamboyant on the pitch and off it. He used to be practically bald, and now he has the most luxurious head of hair I've ever seen in the Premier League. Come on!
I mean, Johnny, you've just answered your own question there.
I appear to have done that.
You didn't even need
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anyway, on to an even bigger question, and one that the fans at home can get involved with, because we're putting it out there already.
Oh, yeah.
We want to know who is going to finish bottom of the top flight this season.
Right at the bottom. Who's going down?
For Watford's weekend visitors, Brighton used the angry emoji. For Paul Clement's new look Swansea used the shocked emoji. For Sean Dyche's familiar-looking Burnley, it's the crying emoji. And finally, for high-flying Huddersfield, used the laughing emoji. The results will be revealed right here on Goal.com's Facebook on Friday.
Nothing like piling on a bit of early season pressure. Speaking of pressure, our next segment is powered by Opta. It's brought to you by Goal and Shaw. It's part 1 of this week's Pressure Index.
with just under 1 week left until the transfer window quietly closes on us, Johnny, which teams are in desperate need of some new signings?
I think if we're honest with ourselves, there's a few people out there in desperate need of some new signings, but no one more so than Rafa Benitez at Newcastle. That man is looking stressed at the moment. They need a striker, they need goals.
Well, he just can't rely on Dwight Gale. Yes, he got 23 goals last year, but that was a championship.
The Premier League's a completely different ballgame.
Completely different, but I'm going to talk about two teams I think should just close out the checkbooks right now. Man City spent over £200 million.
And they're looking no better than they were last season, if we're honest with ourselves.
And that tunnel club they got going. Anyway, and then Everton.
Okay,
they're just kind of buying players left, right, centre.
But they're looking really good, though. At least they've got off to a really solid start to the season. I think there's still a few teams out there worried about what's going to happen to their squads, their existing squads, in the next week. We've got Coutinho, of course, at Liverpool, but then there's Mahrez at Leicester, Sanchez at Arsenal. And what's going to happen with Diego Costa at Chelsea? He's going on and on and on.
He's just enjoying his holiday too much, isn't he?
The man loves a sangria. And in fairness, his tan is looking absolutely great, but he's got to come back to work.
Finally, Cheeky Sport Dave has come back to Go.com for Worst of the Weekend. Guys, I've got two specials for you, all right? Up first, the Carabao Cup. Now listen, it's been an absolute joke from the get-go. Firstly, they set the draw at 4:15 a.m. in the morning, UK time. Are you guys having a freaking laugh? The only people that can be up to watch that is people in LA, and it'll be 8:15 p.m., all right? The first two rounds, they drew one team twice. Like, how are you going to end up doing that? How are you going to uphold the integrity of the sport if you're drawing the same team twice? How you going to do that? You can see the lack of respect clubs have for it because they made 274 changes from their league sides to play in the Carabao Cup. Now, can we just get back to calling it the Worthington Cup or the Coca-Cola Cup? Or better yet, the Carling Cup. Up next, Barcelona. Like someone in a relationship that refuses to be dumped. Barcelona, let the boy go, please, okay? The boy don't want you no more, man. The boy don't like you, okay? Now, they just got beat 5-1 by Real Madrid. They're getting smacked up all over the park. No one's fearing Barcelona anymore like they used to. They've been weakened by the fact that Neymar just wrestled out and went to PSG. It's like, hold on, whoa, what is going on over here? And now they're trying to sue him for 7.8 million, okay? Now listen, okay? You gotta get over it, you know? We all end up in relationships, and sometimes relationships end. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes your partner moves on to someone not as good looking as you, okay? In your own eyes, okay? In my eyes, PSG is looking pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But I digress. Listen, Barcelona, you need to get your act together, okay? And now, the same thing you're complaining about Neymar for, you're doing the exact same thing to Liverpool with Coutinho. Like, what the heck is going on over here, okay? Stop trying to sue your former player because it's looking slightly embarrassing, okay? Barcelona, you are definitely in Dave's Worst of the Week.
So we couldn't come all the way up north to Watford.
Up north to Watford?
Yes, exactly.
That offends me. And
I'm a Londoner now.
All right.
Without speaking to a genuine Watford fan. We're in the Red Lion with presenter, reporter and Watford fan, Kelly Summers.
Round of applause, everybody. Can we have
some myself
in this beer garden outside Vicarage Road. Okay, Kelly, now I want to talk stats for a second. New boy Richarlison has had 8 attempts on goal so far this season. It's got off to a feisty start, I think it's fair to say. Only what Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Kane have had more so far. What do you make of the Brazilian?
I think he was brilliant. He came on against Liverpool, and it was one of those, you know, when a sub comes on, a really exciting Brazilian, the fact you're Brazilian, as soon as you hear he's coming on, you're like, oh my gosh, who is this guy? Came on, was really, really good, but it was one of those where it was like, is that just going to be a one-game wonder? Watford have had a lot of foreign players come in the past few years who've looked like world beaters on their debut and gone on to do absolutely nothing and are now playing their football God knows where. So there was a bit of a worry that he was going to be like that, but Saturday, I don't think Bournemouth's Adam Smith will ever want to see him again.
Do you think that's going to be developing further, or can you see, I can see the main man coming back into the side and taking his place again?
There's a few main men now. I know you're talking about Troy Deeney.
Yeah.
He is still the main man. He's Mr. Watford. I can't really say enough nice things about him. I think that Troy Deeney's still got a big part to play, and I think there'll be a fair few Premier League defenders that would not want to come up against a partnership of Andre Gray and Troy Deeney. So I think what Silva's got there is options. He's got loads of pace. He could play really pacey like he did on Saturday with Richarlison and Gray, or he could play Gray off Deeney as such. So we'll see, we'll see.
It's always nice for a little insight from a true fan. And we'll hear from more from Kelly in a little bit, but right now it's time for part 2 of this week's Pressure Index.
Now, Kelly, I think it's fair to say you watch an awful lot of Premier League action as a reporter, presenting matches all over the league. Is it us, or has it been more dramatic a start to the season? It seems to be like a storyline in every single game so far.
That first weekend was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think when it kicked off with Arsenal-Leicester, that kind of set the tone. Painfully, I was then asked to report on Watford-Liverpool, but I couldn't because I was at a wedding. Very inconvenient of my friends, sorry if you're watching, but who gets married on the first weekend of the football season? Yeah, I was asked to report on Watford-Liverpool, and obviously that was equally as dramatic. 3-3. Yeah, it does seem like it's all gone a little bit crazy. Last weekend was a little bit more restrained, but there's been a lot of goals, a lot of dodgy defending. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. I mean, none more so than Watford at the moment, last night. Yeah, there's been some big drama.
The highest ever top flight finish Watford have ever had was second in the league back in 1983. After what happened a couple of years ago with Leicester, do your expectations change? Do you think that you have,
No, not at all.
You guys
She's not living in a complete fairy tale over here.
This is a valid question.
I wasn't even alive then, and I definitely don't expect in my lifetime to see Watford win the Premier League. I think Leicester was a one-off. It was brilliant, wasn't it? It was great. But I think since then you've seen what the other teams have done in terms of bringing Pep Guardiola, the managers and stuff that have come in. I don't think we'll see it again.
I'm a Preston North End fan, and I'm convinced we're going to win the Premier League within 10 to
This one's a dream over here.
45 years. I don't know.
Right, thanks for that, Kelly. And Kelly will be joining us next for the 6-pointer, our epic quiz.
Just love a quiz. Love a quiz! Come on, Kelly.
But next week it is the European Freestyle Football Championships, and let's look at our latest contender.
Right, Kelly, brace yourself, because it is time for our brand new quiz. It's called the 6-Pointer, and it's brought to you by Virgin Media.
The rules are very simple, aren't they? We'll ask you 5 questions about the Premier League, and then 1 bonus question. What does the bonus question mean?
The bonus question means double your points. Double your points. It's exciting. Right, I'm going to read out the first question. Starting, funnily enough, with question 1. Who has scored more Premier League goals, Hull City or Wayne Rooney?
Wayne Rooney, 100%.
Correct.
And so I'm going to say, I'm not going to, you just gave her the, I was going to ask her. She knew how many,
well,
because it was
talked about that
in the
before we
news.
started.
Okay, next question. Question 2. Morgan Schneiderlin was sent off last Monday. He is one of how many players with all the letters red cards in their name to be sent off in the competition?
Just so you know, R-E-D. C-A-R-D.
I'm going to do 3 answers.
Right,
10, 40 or 100.
40.
33.3%.
She's saying 40?
That's correct. I like how we were both wondering, how are we going to break the news that you got it right?
Rachel was way more enthusiastic.
Rachel just explodes in excitement over here. Okay, question 3. All 39 of Javier Hernandez's goals as a Premier League player have been A.
Oh, I know this one.
I've not even finished the question
yet.
I know this stat.
All right. A, as a sub, or B, from inside the penalty area.
Do you want me to do the, I'll think about it a bit. I'll think about it.
See the cogs going.
Inside the box.
That is correct. I really hope you
I was going to wait and pause and go, right, you got that one right.
How stupid would I have looked?
Okay.
Number 4. How many she got right? All of them. All of them. This is going to be a new record. Right, number 4. Okay. Henrik Mkhitaryan has as many assists in 2 Premier League games this season as Juan Sebastian Veron managed in his entire Premier League career. True or false? So 50-50. What are you doing?
I went like,
are you trying to help there? Okay.
No, I gave it both.
I was really confident by the last one.
Well, you can. Come on.
It's 50-50 chance. I mean,
False.
throw the dice.
And you got it wrong.
And you got it wrong. Yes! I think we're actually hoping you just like...
I didn't realise it was that bad.
Question 5. What was more recent, fellow Summers? Huddersfield Town winning their opening 3 games in a top-flight season, or the discovery of the chemical element rhenium? Rhenium, ladies and gentlemen.
Never even heard of that chemical.
Neither had I until I read it on the cards.
Okay.
What was more recent?
Is it even a chemical? Is this a trick?
No,
It's a chemical.
It's a chemical.
No, it's like a Man City left back. That's what I know.
Chemistry over here.
Little Miss Chemistry.
I'm going to go for the chemical.
You're going for rhenium, which was discovered in 1925. Huddersfield did it in 1924. That is correct.
Yes.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Bonus question. Listening up. Who has scored more Premier League penalties? Liverpool plus Frank Lampard, or Arsenal plus Alan Shearer?
Liverpool plus Frank Lampard, Arsenal plus Alan Shearer, or both?
I mean, yeah.
Both. I can say both.
Probably.
Both's not the answer though, because otherwise you would say.
How would I know? I'm just a humble man with the questions and answers.
And he didn't write the question. Duncan Alexander, our stat man, did.
Exactly.
I'm going to go Liverpool and Frank Lampard.
Brave choice. Brave choice.
But
you're smiling, which means I got it wrong. I got it right.
It is both.
Which means...
that's not fair.
Take a
Is
look.
it not an adjudicator or something here?
Let's take a look at the leaderboard.
This is a farce.
You are top. It's joint top. You're on 4, same as Nathaniel, Mitchell, Blake. We only have 3 there. It's 4-4-2. I was hoping for a Terry Venables Christmas tree, but it's just gone a classic 4-4-2. But you're still top for now.
Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for taking part in the 6
It was fun. Thanks for having
You'll
me.
receive a written apology from me in the near future.
I better do.
We hope all you guys enjoyed watching at home, and we'll see you next week live from Manchester, where we'll be for the European Football Freestyle Championship. See you then.
See you later.